My name is Joy McGee. I'm the admissions supervisor. This team is basically the starting point for every animal that comes into the shelter, including our large dog population that we're dealing with right now. Dogs come into us under kind of 4 categories. First being our owner surrenders and guardian surrenders, second strays, third are seized animals from our peace officers and Calgary Police Service, and then as well as our emergency boarding and pet safekeeping programs. Over the last 2 years, I have seen an increase in surrenders across the board, regardless of species, in an unprecedented way that we never expected.
Speaking about our dog population and our capacity at this time, we have been operating at or above capacity for the majority of at least the last year. It really is a Canada-wide societal issue. So it's exponentially important to ensure that we're communicating to the public the importance of spaying and neutering, making sure that we don't have litters that are unwanted. And it is challenging because we do our very best to ensure that every animal that comes into our care receives adequate, enrichment and that sort of thing. And we are continuing to meet those standards, but that stretches our staff and our volunteers more and more with each intake.
My name is Dr. Smithson. I'm one of the veterinarians here at the Calgary Humane Society, and I am part of the animal health department. So in the last year, we have seen a huge increase in dogs and puppies come into the shelter, and it's impacted the animal health department in a lot of ways. The first being that we just obviously have more animals. More animals coming in means more animals that need health care, that need surgeries, that need to move through. And additionally with puppies, it's not like a dog is coming in, getting surgery and leaving. A lot of these puppies are coming in at very young ages, so they're staying here for several weeks to months. So it's taking a lot of our staff's time to do those series of vaccines and make sure that they have everything they need from being 10 days old all the way up to 10 weeks, 12 weeks when we would be adopting them out.
So my name is Sawyer. I'm an adoptions counselor here at the shelter, and the dog population has been, it's been hard for all of the teams. It's also been especially hard for adoptions because there's dogs that end up staying here for longer periods of time because maybe they're not as marketable, maybe they're not as cute as some of the other dogs that are coming through. Also, it means that we just don't have enough space for all the animals that can be adoptable. So we're really just trying to work towards getting these animals out of here. We are seeing intakes of puppies, right across the country, whether that is strays coming in, somebody finds a litter of puppies somewhere, or whether that's, an individual whose dog has had an unexpected litter and they're not equipped to care for them. The challenge that we have when it comes to capacity is that single intake is frequently 6, 8, 9, sometimes more puppies at a time. It's the unwanted litters, it's the strays that often then end up being under-socialized. And whether they're strays because their mom was stray and had her puppies out in the wild, I guess, or if it was an unwanted litter, and in some cases they've simply been abandoned. We have found puppies taped up in a cardboard box on the side of the highway. Sorry, I just can't. The fact that we find puppies like that. We become very grateful that we've found them, that they've been found. Spay and neuter. If you aren't prepared to appropriately socialize a potentially massive group of puppies, don't have them.
My name is Alexis and I work in the animal care department. The dog population is affecting us in the way that it definitely, once it gets up, it takes a lot more of us to get through everything, and it can definitely be a lot more challenging when we're trying to figure out with all these new dogs how they're going to react to us and how much time it's going to take to clean them every day. We definitely have the good resources in to help us get through, but it definitely takes a lot more time and a lot more people which takes from our other areas in animal care, which can make it a lot harder to get through the day.
Yeah, I mean, anytime that we have more animals in the shelter, it's harder for this team. We need to be dedicating a lot more time to doing those surgeries. We have to like pull them in and in and in and in. So we are seeing our team putting in a lot more work. It can be a lot more stress. We have to make a lot more difficult decisions and say, no to some people coming in, which can be difficult, right? So there's always that emotional toll on our team when we feel that, there's so many animals that we have to look after, and we're trying to do that the best that we can. So it can be hard.
Over the last several years, we've seen a lot more puppies and reduced demand. But one of the ways that we have tried to come up with solutions is the institution of puppy parties. And that is an open house event where we have members of the public can come in, they can interact with puppies in our rough house. That allows them to, see how their kids are with puppies. People are welcome to adopt that day and take home, but they're also welcome to just come and hang out with puppies. They're welcome to come and get more information.
We'll get all the puppies adopted out, everything's perfect, and then the next day we'll get 2 more litters of 7 puppies. So it's been making it harder for us to deal with all these appointments that are coming in for the puppies. It's taking up lots of resources. Also, it's quite stressful for the teams because we have to clean up our own spaces after we use them. If an appointment's running over, that means we have to spend extra time trying to manage our environment. And I think there's some really great animals that end up staying here for a long time just because maybe puppies are cuter, maybe because everyone wants the small dogs, but it's sometimes disheartening that great animals end up staying here, but at the end of the day, we're going to get them to their new homes.
There are situations that if we have members of the public that are not sure if they can fit a puppy into their lives, the way the last couple of years have gone, we have had lots of puppies who could benefit from a couple of weeks in a foster home before they're eligible for adoption. And while if they are eligible for adoption, we don't typically place them in a foster home. If somebody would be interested in that, they can certainly go onto our website, fill out a foster application, and do it that way as well. Yeah, bringing them into us is the right way to do things. Abandoning them is not. Spaying and neutering so that you don't have the situation is the best.